Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Blue Collar D&D. Glad to have you all back with us. Thank you to all of our viewers and awesome patrons, all of our viewers on YouTube, Twitch, Facebook, DLive, Trovo, all of y'all. Thank you for coming out to hang out with us in this awesome little D&D stream that we have every week. A couple of announcements. We have another weekly dice giveaway, so make sure you stick around for that until the break. We are also giving away a copy of Xanathar's Guide to Everything on D&D Beyond. So if you are interested in winning that awesome book, make sure you stay tuned until the break where we will have that giveaway as well. In addition, we also, like I said, we have Patreon. So thank you, Jennifer, who's the Sleepy Sorceress, which let's actually go right over to our players over here. Ceepus, WolfXZ, and Dave Platinum Dice, thank you for being awesome patrons. If you want to join our Patreon community and take advantage of those awesome perks such as DM coaching, one-shots, and more, make sure you check that out at patreon.com/bluecollardm, and also check us out at bluecollardm.com. In addition, we also have, for those people on Twitch, as a reminder, we have that stream store down at the bottom where you can redeem the gold pieces you get, which is our version of channel points that you get as you watch the show in order to give our characters +1s and -1s. So take advantage of that, spoil all of my fun, or make my fun even more memorable by giving me help. So there's that for y'all as well. As another announcement, next week we will actually be taking a break from this campaign as it is my anniversary with my wife, so I will be taking next week off, and this is actually going to be the mid-season kind of, I don't want to call it a finale, but basically mid-campaign kind of like break is what we have coming up here. A lot of our players have a lot of other commitments going on outside of D&D, so we are going to take a little bit of a break from this campaign. We will come back, though, at some point later on in the summer, or at the end of the summer, but we will have different one-shots and stuff like that coming out on the channel, so stay tuned for that. I will make announcements on Twitter and all the other cool stuff when that kind of pops up as we start coming up with these different dates, so stay tuned for that. Ashley, is there anything you'd like to plug at this time?
Please come and join us July 9th through the 11th for our Big Summer Blowout Jasper's Game Day event that we will be having over on twitch.tv/The Bard's Playhouse. Jasper's Game Day is an organization that is working to prevent suicide and bring awareness to mental health and working to break that stigma around it. So please come watch us be nerds with a bunch of amazing players and DMs. I will be DMing along with Blue Collar over here, Joe Cat, Dan Dillon, and so many other amazing, phenomenal DMs. And that's not even beginning to touch the base of how excited I am for everyone that's going to be showing up. So please join us soon at twitch.tv/The Bard's Playhouse. And also tune in on Wednesday, where I DM a bunch of nerds through chaos.
Yes, like Chaos Rain. I believe that is the end of our announcements. So we're going to dive into tonight's episode. There's been a little bit of a technical transition that's been going on here, so we do not have the intro tonight, so we're actually just going to jump right in. That will be coming later on down the line. Again, we'll have the intro back and all the fun stuff, but we're in a bit of a transition. So you might see a quality increase, but we're trying to integrate everything that we were doing before going forward. So let's dive in. Last we left off, our group of individuals here, after traveling a number of different days over the course of a few days' travel, they arrived at the Cinder Spire. Upon reaching this particular outpost, or this particular tower that's been lost to the ages, our players made their way and traveled their way up through the tower before eventually rising to the top of the tower, where they were met with Shakos, the demon patron, or former demon patron of Juliet, and his two mistresses, Bubbe and a person that would later be known as Sheba. Acquiring the book and the artifact that he wanted, Shakos left the party to fend for themselves against his two mistresses and a group of imps that were being spawned by some really strange bioluminescent milky tentacle that was in the middle of the room. The mistresses that he left behind were not in their true form. One taking on the visage of Madame Penelope Ravenwood, the same Madame Penelope Ravenwood that our players met earlier in their adventures down in Pinewall, and a carbon copy of early Juliet with her white hair, pink eyes, and no fangs. Through the course of the battle, the party was able to kind of pin down the one that was taking on the visage of Bubbe, taking on the visage of Juliet, eventually revealing the actual creature, Bubbe. The same Bubbe that stole the face of one of our players, and is probably the reason why she was able to take on her form. In addition, the other one eventually revealed herself to be another version, almost a sister to the other hag, known as Sheba. Through the course of the battle, we saw our players, some of them be charmed by these individuals, turning on their own friends, attacking their own friends. We also saw a very great job by Demikos of pinning down Bubbe for a very long time and keeping her from doing anything for about 90% of the battle. It was actually quite impressive. But eventually, over the course of the battle, Twyla did fall to the witch hag demon known as Sheba. Seeing the death of this party member and realizing her survivability was in danger, Bubbe teleported the F out, leaving her sister behind for our players to eventually jump on and destroy. Creating a very interesting moment. From there, our players transported the bodies of both, prior to transporting the bodies of both Twyla and Sheba, there was a spectral tiger claw that began to rise up out of the ground, very similar to what we all saw when Juliet was fallen many days ago. Rather than letting this claw take the body of Sheba, Demikos fought it off, pulling the body of Sheba away from this claw before it finally descended back down into the floor below. Leaving, the party was able to grab an ever-bleeding dagger on the way out while being chased by some incorporeal undead, before eventually racing their way to the Cloudspire Citadel, hoping that the clerics of Nearis here at the Cloudspire Citadel will be able to save their friend Twyla. Through a resurrection ritual, our players awaited with bated breath as they prayed for the return of their recently felled friend, upon which Twyla did come back to life, fully aware of what had just happened to her. And that is where we left off. So Twyla, you are just coming to, eyes wide open. You see Persephone, the cleric that had helped bring you back to life, kind of standing over you as your eyes open with the rest of your party members standing around with you. What would you all like to do?
To hug her really tight.
Am I alive?
Well, if you wasn't, then this would be hell because I would be there. Yes, you're alive.
She's gonna laugh and cry and hug you back. Like I'm alive.
I'm so sorry.
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. That's my fault.
Why would it be your fault? You did everything you could. It's not your fault. It's my fault. I'm sorry. I couldn't heal you. I couldn't get to you in time.
Is she dead? What happened? Are you all okay?
Look around, bruised, battered.
Another normal day for me.
You all look really bad.
To clarify for you all, none of you have slept yet. You all traveled through the night, taking on points of exhaustion all the way through before finally arriving here. So you guys are all, Twyla, you basically have 1 hit point. Everyone else still has the same exact hit points that they had prior to the end of the fight. So just something to keep in mind there as you guys kind of move forward after this.
You know, coming back to life feels so painful. Everything hurts. Thank you.
Thank you for coming back.
And I wanna see. Can I cast the magic? And I wanna try to make a firebolt in my hand to see if it works.
So you go ahead and you kind of draw in on the magic that's kind of innately within you, kind of producing the same kind of feeling and thoughts that you normally associate with the spell casting of your spell firebolt, not ball. You go ahead and do that, and you are able to produce a small flame in your hand that you could throw per your normal firebolt spell. You haven't lost. It seems that you feel that you're pretty confident that you haven't lost any of the powers that you had previously.
Because I can still use my magic. And she just is like surprised and like, oh, okay. So, where are we?
I might be able to help with that. Hello, Persephone. Nice to meet you. Hopefully next time over better circumstances. You all look like hell, by the way. You're currently in the chapel of our god Nereus. And you kind of look around, Twile, and you can see kind of these like eternally blue burning flames that are in braziers kind of surrounding you. You're kind of right now sitting up on kind of almost like an altered stone slab gets kind of like in the middle of this room. At the far end, another brazier with a sword that's got this blue flame licking out from beyond it. And then in the background, you can actually see the visage of Nereus with her very broad wings that kind of spread out open and kind of almost encompassing, and not quite to the point of overbearing, but very, you can tell it's like a very protective kind of, almost not quite like a hug, but kind of like you are welcome here kind of thing. And that's kind of like what you see kind of in the surroundings around you. It's fairly well kept, clean, but there are a couple of other acolytes that are kind of around the corner, just kind of like whispering to each other, like, just kind of like gauging the situation. But Persephone is kind of there with her brazier, not brazier, whatever, teeny bird, with her blonde hair that kind of like goes a little bit past shoulder height in her kind of blue and crimson robe that she has in front of you.
Nice to meet you. I guess we all need some rest. I'm sorry that our first meeting had to be like this. I assure you, we are a very likable, friendly, and professional group.
Well, yes, of course. Again, you all look like hell. You should really get some rest. Most of you look like you haven't slept in forever. We do have some space in the barracks for you all. You look familiar. Miss Dragonborn. What do you go by?
The name's Moron.
Oh, yes. Okay. And so then you must, well, I know of a Morharon that traveled with a group of, someone who apparently looked quite like her, but with white hair, as well as traveled with the son of the Duke and a small individual. How did you find yourself with these three?
That's a long story that I don't think I could make through right now, but that is me and
Hi.
she, but they are not they.
Okay. What are you all called?
I don't know if we've ever been asked that question.
up shit creek without a paddle, I guess.
Oh, okay. Well, I was more looking for, say, your actual names. Not, you didn't have to give me a group name. What is your name? Woman, black hair. Those are some very pretty eyes.
Thank you.
What is your name?
Natasha Lamont.
Okay. Oh, nice to meet you, Natasha. And then you, miss?
Hi, my name is Twyla. Thank you.
And
for the help.
are you that you look familiar? Are you that Demikos that they've been talking about? The tiefling that turned heel, I guess, from the slavers out to the east?
Who's been talking about?
Well, I mean, there's been some talk within some of the soldiers and stuff here that there's been a group of individuals who have been kind of going around and taking care of a lot of issues for the dukedom, actually. And I mean, I know that the Dragonborn was part of it, and I've heard that the company he's shared the company of some very interesting individuals, but the most recent kind of rumor is that there was a tiefling that used to mess around with the Phales, and I assume that must be you.
Yeah, now I'm messing with the Phales.
Right.
Taking them down.
Right. Well, like I was saying before, you are welcome to stay here, whether it be here in our chapel or in the barracks. I'm sure General Stebrin could find somewhere for you all to lay up for the night. Luckily, most of the individuals here that were sick are no longer sick as of, well, it seems like as of yesterday. Everyone seems to be feeling pretty well, actually, right now. There's a few people that felt a little bit ill and had these, like, strange visions about toads or something, but they're all good now. It's very, it's good that you're here, and it's good that your comrade here is, well, feeling much more well off than she was. Do you want to do anything about that other thing that you're dragging behind you, or, it seems like you must have felled some sort of disgusting-looking beast back there.
Oh, no. That's just a trophy.
Oh, right. She kind of like takes a look at it really quick. She takes a look at it, and you say, you believe she's hacked. She's like, well, yes, you should really do something about that. If you leave her like that for too long, she might go... Do you know anything about demons? Or...
Yeah, I stole it from a demon.
Well, right, but...
Come back after so long.
I wanted to let it
You
on fire.
are a very astute... So that was actually my suggestion. The cleansing flame of Nearis will actually solve that problem and ensure that this particular entity does not return to seek revenge out on you. I assume that's something you would rather do than just carry her around and pray that she doesn't, I don't know, create a double of herself and come back.
Where can I dump her?
Might be fun to kill her again.
Well, based on your last encounter, it seems that maybe that might not be such a great idea. You're feeling okay, aren't you, Twyla?
Yeah, can I jump down from this altar?
Yes, of course. And she goes ahead, and a couple other acolytes kind of like help you kind of come down, so that way, because you're still very shaken and exhausted. Like, you've had a very body altering experience. Like, you are kind of shooken to the core. It's not like, oh yay, I'm revived and I feel great. No, you're still very much like exhausted, tired, not yourself, and the kind of impact of death is still very much like it's still on you and it's wearing off thanks to the resurrection, but like, and it's going to hopefully, it will wear off eventually, but you do still feel the effects of being killed and being brought back. It's not a fun experience.
So I have a suggestion. How about we let them light her on fire, but I want her teeth. Call it a souvenir.
Oh.
I mean,
would that bring her back if I?
Yeah, I mean, like I understand your desire to carry a trophy of hers. Maybe she has something on her that you can take from her, possibly, that will suffice what you desire. Have you bothered to look at the body yet?
Looks at Demikos. Did you look at the body?
I think I did.
Okay, well, I'm gonna go look over the body.
Okay. Yeah, okay, so go ahead and roll an investigation check with advantage.
So a straight roll.
Correct. Because you guys are also exhausted.
I stay with the cleric. I don't want to go near her.
I am super tired.
So with a 13, you kind of pick over the body a little bit. You do kind of like attempt to find anything that you can find on her. As you kind of search through her, you are able to one of the things that you do find on her is it would appear that the wand that she was using is still on her person. Even though you had seen almost, you just could have sworn that you saw it fizzle out of her hands during the battle, but the wand is still on her person. It is a, with some general identification magic, which I'm sure Twyla will take care of later. It is a wand of magic missile. And that is how she was able to cast magic missile on the things back in Pinewell. So that is available to you as well. But you notice that the wand is almost like it's very gnarled, and it has like kind of these little nodules that kind of like ride up the side of it. And it's almost like it has like, it's very janky looking, almost like her presence holding it has caused it to kind of wilt and kind of spoil a little bit over time, but it still functions the way it should. But that's what you find.
Any kind of like bag or anything that she may have had, like any like hag bag or anything.
Go ahead and give me another investigation check. This one's going to be at disadvantage just because you're trying to find something more specific.
Okay. There's the one roll.
Okay. All right. So with a 23, you rolled a 19 and 20. You are eventually able to find a small little bauble about the size of, well, realistically, about the size of this. And as you kind of hold it and kind of play with it in your hand, you go to touch it and play with it, and you kind of fiddle around with it a little bit, and you, of course, it's not doing what I want it to do. You find that it starts to kind of almost has like a shimmer around the edge of it. Like it's kind of, there's something to it. You're not sure what it is, but there's definitely something to this, whatever it is.
I'm going to hold on to that, but I am going to see if anyone wants the magic missile. Like, do you guys want this wand of magic missile?
What is that?
You point it at someone, and then these little darts that you see Twyla do all the time, you just see them, they automatically hit.
Yeah, but I don't want it. So
Yeah, I don't think I need either.
just in case something's far away or something. But I'm sure it's gonna remind me of bad stuff. So You can take it.
Why don't you just hang on to it, Juliet?
Sure.
Here, I'm about to add it to your inventory. Okay.
Okay, can you also add the bottle of whatever?
The bauble?
I can't.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you. Speaking of bottles, since I'm starving, I'm going to eventually break away and I'm going to go drink one of my bottles of blood.
Okay.
Boy, that's a sentence I never thought I'd say.
Eh. Yep.
So
Excuse me real quick, guys. I'm going to go have a snack. I'm starving.
I think we should rest. I want to rest. I don't know
Yeah. I'm
about you,
tired.
but I want to go.
Absolutely. You are able to find a place to rest. She is able to kind of procure you a space in the barracks, in a kind of a private area here within the Cloud Spire. And you are able to take a night's rest. While you're all here, I would like for all of you to give me, in the morning, after you've had your long rest and you get your exhaustion back, I would like you all to give me a history check.
Can you give me a long rest, please, DM?
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
So just so you know, on your character sheet, there's a little bed on the bottom left of your picture there.
Oh, yeah, no, I
And-
know. I keep doing it, but it doesn't give it to me.
No. Well, there you go. Now there it is.
History. I'm super
Hey,
smart
there it
today.
is. It's actually popping up on screen this time. I was like trying to get it to work before. All right, so we have an 8, a 17, a 17, and a 22 from Twyla. Perfect. This location, the Cloudspire Citadel, you've heard of it before, mentioned by Shirley and a couple other folks in the Crimson Regiment, the major kind of like army force here in the north part of the kingdom. It's known to be a protective kind of fortress against some of the dangers beyond. And generally speaking, most of the dangers that arise from the mountain are sometimes there's the occasional troll or hill giant or something like that, but nothing too serious. There's been also some cases of some other random kind of creatures coming out that aren't necessarily native. Recently, some basilisks have actually made their way through. Which instinctively gives you kind of remembrances of kind of like some of the things that you've dealt with a little bit, and you kind of hear some of the soldiers here whispering about it. But you know that generally speaking, that's what it's made for. It's made for the protection of the rest of the realm from the dangers beyond in the mountains. Twyla, because you rolled so high, you know specifically a little bit more about the history of this particular location. You know that... Come on, where are you? Well, you know what? I know it, so I'm just gonna say it. I'm not gonna look at the exact notes here. You know that there was a army, or not army, but there was a very large collection of stone giants that used to frequent this area, and oftentimes plundered and pillaged the area back before, long before any of you made it to this particular plane of existence. Specifically, a number of them were enlisted by the evil Lich Rave Cinder. And upon Cinder's defeat, in addition to not only his defeat and the defeat of his undead army, the stone giants here were actually sealed away by a great ancient being that had the ability to freeze very large swaths of land, creating a figurative like ice cap here in these mountains. Now, with that said, there are still other creatures that inhabited these mountains, but these stone giants, amongst other creatures, which unfortunately, even with the natural 20, you don't necessarily know unless you actually do a little bit more research, because you'd have to be an ancient being to know everything else. They have been sealed away for quite some time. But that's basically kind of like, that's what the Citadel is mainly for, is to kind of combat the dangers of the North. But you know a little bit more about the history, that there were other creatures, not just these mundane kind of like hill giants. There were also larger forms of giant, like stone giants, and possibly even bigger forms of giant that might have existed. But a lot of those kind of stories and some of that ancient history has been kind of lost to time, unless you have access to the archive of more ancient history.
When we wake up, I'm not sure if that's now. I want to walk a bit without shoes and watch the sunrise. And I would like to send a message to someone close to me using the sending spell, if that's possible.
I'm sorry, can you say that? What spell are you trying to cast?
Sending.
I'm sending.
Okay. You go ahead and focus in, and you are able to cast sending. Who are you sending to?
To my master.
Yes.
Master Roland.
Yes, Roland. I was gonna say Robert, but that's not right. Yes, Roland. I'm like, it begins with an R. I have it written down, but I always say it wrong. Yes, so you go ahead and focus in to converse with your master, or your former mentor, Roland. What do you say?
Good morning, Master. It seems like I died and came back. Everything is the same. And I'm sorry for what I did to you. And just that.
Okay. You pause for a little while, and you think that nothing's gonna respond back, but then eventually you hear, oh, gee, yes, Twyla. I had wondered where you had gone after you left. Death is strange. How many words have I got left, Jody?
5.
Okay.
I'm trying to keep a straight face, but they are counting, and it makes me smile.
Where are you, my child?
I'm not sure if I have to cast sending again.
You do.
But if I have to do it, then I'm gonna walk a little bit, like pacing anxiously and keeping my eyes to the sky. North. I am with friends. I will be back soon to Nogrim. I hope you are okay.
Again, a little bit of a pause, and you hear, Nolgrim. Haven't been there in quite some time. I'm still down in White Ridge, actually, believe it or not. Should you eventually find what you're looking for, maybe pay an old friend a visit.
24. Nailed it.
I knew I was getting close. I was like, it's probably good right here.
Twyla just smiles and nods her head like, I should, she whispers, even though she's not casting the spell.
Mm-hmm.
I should show my face again, I guess. I just look at the north, see if I don't see any giant tumbling around because everything's being weird.
Yeah, sure.
lately.
Give me a perception check. Why not?
I'm not sure if I get a natural 20, a giant's gonna appear because I don't wanna.
All right, so 22. You focus out onto the horizon and you kind of look ahead and is that no, it's not. And you just kind of you roll your eyes and you walk back to your friends.
Yeah, well, I'll go back. I'll be looking around to see if there's something to pick up to make some heartwarming breakfast.
Mm-hmm. And you do. You are able to. There are like any town location where there's a good amount of people. There is livestock, and there are chickens. There are the basic necessities here that you are able to kind of acquire some of the sundries and things that you need in order to be able to craft a pretty good meal. Go ahead and make a cooking tools check for me, please, if you don't mind.
That's
Using either your intelligence or your dexterity as your base, plus your proficiency.
okay, I need to find that.
So just roll an intelligence check or a dexterity check, but then add your proficient. Well, okay. So with a 4 on a natural 1, not your best day. You're a little unfocused. Yeah, you start to notice that you overcook the eggs a little bit, and you kind of like try to mix it up and make it not known. But and you serve your friends, and you don't get food poisoning, but you know that this isn't Twyla's best effort.
A for effort, Twyla.
I'm sorry, and she started crying. I'm sorry. It's gonna be better in the future, I'm sure.
It's okay. You came back from the dead. I wanted to eat people when I came back from the dead. It's okay.
Do you think I stopped learning how to cook after that?
No, you didn't stop learning how to cook. You're fine. You're tired. Happens with death.
Just gonna grab onto Juliet.
There. It's okay. How about we go back to Nolgrim for a little bit? Figure shit out.
Sounds good.
Yeah, said back south.
Before.
Hey, Maury. Don't you have a date with a dragonborn?
I look at Julia like, what?
No, I think she would have enjoyed that as onus, but I don't know. I don't feel like that's my cup of tea. There might be some other things that I have my eye set on.
Angry jester noises.
Twilight's eyes glittered. Besides, he broke his weapon.
Who broke his weapon?
What?
Wasn't the bow broken? Like...
Oh, the ballista, did it break?
No, it didn't break. I think
Didn't
it was
blow up.
Oh.
like
Got zams.
misworking. The weapon's broken.
When he says that though, she makes a face like, that's cool. Yeah. Onward.
And I just look at Demacus and do like this, like...
To being a bottle of blood. Breakfast is great.
Excellent.
Drink some more.
I only have 3 bottles. This is my last one.
Excellent. So how are you all traveling back to Nulgrim specifically?
Don't we have the horse?
So you guys, I can help with that. Although, as you've seen, I'm not feeling apparently so well. But
you rest.
Teleport us to Nogin. You know, as you may.
You can what?
I saw my grandpa do it a few times.
Did you just say you can teleport us to Nelgrum?
I saw my grandpa do it a few times. And I've been practicing.
Okay.
Give it a go.
Yes!
This seems
Was
like
it worse?
information that would have been good, like, you know,
Yesterday.
Yeah, at minimum.
I told Juliet, like in her mind, if we needed to escape from that tower, we could with some time.
You knew about this.
But I'm not sure she understood what I said.
I didn't understand that. I thought she was talking like that the dimensional door that you go through and you get to the other side or something.
Oh,
Maybe
yeah,
I can have a date set up.
That's so low. Mari.
I take it.
Okay, so I said I could get us out. I didn't explain. Okay, so don't get angry at her. Though it was experimental, you know, I'm not sure if it's going to work perfectly. And I knew she wanted to kill Bubbe, so I didn't think it was an option. I thought everything was going to be okay. I thought that we were going to destroy that stupid old thing.
Bitch. Say it with me now, stupid old bitch. It's okay.
I don't like.
I said it.
I don't like to, harp on the bad things, but we do need to circle back to that since we did only drag one carcass back with us.
I'm sure she'll find us.
Or me.
Which means us.
And we actually don't know what was that thing in the middle that was spouting imps, because it brought back terrible memories for me.
Oh,
That thing was disgusting.
we have another thing to add to our list of 99 problems.
Don't you think it would be easier if we just ripped up the list and sailed off into the great blue sea?
Let somebody else deal with it.
Our problems are done.
So
You know you won't do that, Maury.
Yeah, I know. Sounds real nice though, doesn't it?
Sounds great. Looks over to Demikos. I don't see you doing that either.
No, not until the failure did.
You seem too notable.
and remember, you need to help me too. I'm trying to find something. Remember, something bad, murderous. I'm not sure what it is yet.
I put my arm over Twyla. Newsflash, babe. All of us have something murderous in our backgrounds. Welcome
yeah,
to the
just
club.
say it that you put it on the list, okay? Just put it on the list. We got 100.
It's there. You are number 99.
That's so bad.
We'll bump you up. Don't worry. But right now, global warming's kind of up there because we can't fix anything if the world goes.
And I'm going to start like kneeling down and drawing to make the teleportation circle go on. I'm gonna be here for a bit. I'm trying to recall the memories of how this was done. And
You do your teleportation circle. I'm gonna walk around for just a little bit.
Okay. Twilight, you continue to kind of draw out the layout as you remember from your grandfather, kind of explaining to you how to teleport your way to the library in Nelgrim specifically is the one that you recall the last time you were taught by him. It has been a while though since you talked to him. So what I would like you to do is I'd like to give me an Arcana check, but I'd like you to do it at disadvantage.
Boy. That was control. Or, oh.
Yep, control click, yeah.
Yeah, let's see if it works.
Not too bad.
It was a 12. The lower one was a 12.
Yeah, not too bad. So you're able to draw out a rough, like what you can innately remember. Juliet, where are you going on your walk? Can't be long.
Like no. It's just there's like gardens or something nearby.
I mean, it is a citadel, so it's more of like a kind of an army, like a military outpost. You find a small garden along the side of the temple to Nereus. That's got a couple of different kinds of flowers in it. It's got some very beautiful looking blue flowers that kind of go ahead and match the motif of what's kind of going on here, and a couple other things, and some roses and a couple other things as well.
I want to put my fingers in dirt and I want to make them either bloom or I want to grow more.
Okay.
If I could.
Mm-hmm. You go ahead and stick your fingers in the ground and you go to attempt to kind of make them bloom a little bit more. You do notice that a number of these flowers are wilted a little bit, but they're still kind of staying strong. Give me a wisdom check, just a general. 4. You're not really sure why. You would think that they'd be dying right now, decaying, but it's above average temperature up here. Like, you're still within the foot of the mountain, so there's a little bit of chilling coming from there a little bit, but it's still unseasonably warm where you are. But these flowers, not quite thriving, but are still there. As you stick your fingers into the ground, kind of utilizing some of your druid crafting abilities, you feel a little bit of growth, and you see some of them almost begin to stiffen up and almost rehydrate as they kind of like are filled with a little bit more life than they had before. You see the petals on them kind of begin to fill where they once were yellowing, become a nice strong emerald green, and the kind of faded blue flowers that were there kind of become a little bit more vibrant and kind of match the what you recall the oceans of Nilgrim along the coastline kind of being like. And it sticks. It doesn't quite go away. It sticks.
All right, Tully or Octavian, whoever wants to listen, need some help. This is not going very well. We got rid of one, didn't get rid of the other. And we have 155 more things that we need to take care of. Whoever wants to listen.
Okay.
And she's gonna go back to the group.
Mm-hmm. Mori Demikos, anything?
I'm ready to go.
Typical. So we have a very eclectic group here. So we, you all, Twilight, you go ahead and finish up your drawing of your teleportation circle, putting, drawing the last rune into this circle. Give me one more Arcana check with disadvantage. It's another control click. 11. Okay. You place that last rune, and you all see the teleportation circle kind of flare up, creating this kind of like purple energy that kind of swirls around. And Twilight, you feel fairly confident that this circle is active.
Blowing. It must be working. Okay. Okay, this is really making me feel alive again. So I think we should jump in, right?
All right.
I
let's
jump
go.
in.
All right. You all jump in.
Oh, the horses. Can we bring the horses?
I'm pretty sure
Don't
Hamish and
forget
Dougal
the
are back in Pinewall, but yeah, we'll figure it. Well, you can have them arranged to be just transported eventually. So you all feel the rush as you all kind of like, almost like you're being pulled by some sort of magical tether, and you just feel yourselves being almost thrust forward. You see kind of like streaks of light and energy kind of flow past you until eventually you all hit your actual destination with a thud. Can I get an acrobatics check from everybody?
While I am falling. This is so grim. Okay, let me see. Acrobatics.
Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Twyla's just rolling natural 20s tonight. All of you pass except for Juliet. Juliet, you kind of tumble a little bit and you take 1 point of bludgeoning damage as you kind of, actually, let's say 1 point of piercing damage as you kind of roll forward and your butt kind of like, there's like a, almost like a, there's a little like, almost seems like a toy, but you kind of like roll and like your bottom kind of rolls on it. It's like, and it was kind of sharp, but you're able to kind of land fine. And
I'm okay. My butt's not, but I'm okay.
Juliet, you've never teleported before, right?
I've never teleported before.
you all look up and you hear, "Whoa, dude. Oh, who are you people?" And that's where we're going to take a break. So today's, for our dice giveaway, and yeah, that probably was the wrong wording, Bumpy Crow, sorry. Today's dice giveaway is, the secret code word is consequence.
Innuendo.
Yeah, I know. I was like, oops. Consequence. So put consequence into the chat for the dice giveaway, and also for that, for a copy of Xanathar's Guide to Everything on D&D Beyond, the digital copy. And we'll see you after the break. All right. Bye now. Be right back. One. And we're back. So funny story. It rains occasionally, and Jody lost power, so there's that. So Morharon is taking a nap. The winner of the dice giveaway is actually going to be Game Master's Vault. Game Master's Vault, I will reach out to you after the stream here to get your information so we can send you those free dice. And then the winner of the Xanasara's Guide to Everything digital copy is Teeny Tiny Bird. Teeny Tiny Bird, I will be reaching out to you as well after the stream. So congratulations, everybody, on your winnings. So you all... like I said, tumble in, and you hear, "Whoa, who are you?" You all look up, and you see this guy, kind of sitting down, like experimenting over some sort of like random concoction. Just like an amalgam of different things and different kind of colors, including like pinks and crimsons and like sapphire blue, like different liquids and stuff like that. And you see him, and he's got this like very interesting looking attire. He's got this top hat that's like striped, that's got this like kind of like green sash that goes around it with like a platinum kind of like a diamond in the middle of it. And when I say diamond, I mean like a diamond shape, not like a diamond. He's got this like long, scraggly, like platinum blonde hair, green, like kind of like overcoat and pants that have like this kind of like platinum silvery kind of detailing throughout it. And there's this like kind of like green and silver feathers that kind of like come off the edge of his cloak. And you kind of, he's just kind of like, who are you all? What's going on? What? I see you had a rough landing there. Welcome to my house, I guess. I don't normally get visitors out of my circle. This is kind of weird.
Are we in Nelgrum?
Oh yeah. No worry, Toots. You're definitely a Nelgrum.
Don't call me that. Don't ever call me Toots.
Sounds good, lady. You see his like kind of eyes are like almost perpetually shut, and he's got this like kind of smile, and he almost looks like he's wearing like this like black but like glossy kind of like lipstick on his lips too, and he's just like, well, you haven't killed me yet, so what's going on? Who are you all?
Where's your front door, sir?
It's up your ass and to the left. No, just kidding. It's downstairs. You notice that as you kind of look around you, you're in a kind of very small, like cylindrical kind of room. He's like, and it's kind of adorned again with all these kind of like concoctions, but then you also see like almost like a strange, like haphazardly made sitting area made out of like a wooden crate and a green and silver, like padded, like fancy looking chair, and then like a bench, and then just like a pile of straw. And it's a very strange kind of like amalgam of different things. And you see this little small, not quite, it's not a dragonborn, but it's actually, you would recognize these, Juliet. This a little kobold that kind of like scurries up, and he's just like, boss, there's somebody that came through the
Oh my
hey
God. Are you the kobold that we almost killed?
What?
Hi. How
Hi.
are you?
Who's asking?
Does he look like the
He's-
kobold that we almost killed?
No. He looks like as you kind of look at him, he's a small, almost like again, kind of fits the kind of what's going on here, like an almost a strange like mixture of an emerald green, but like with a almost like platinum kind of sheen to him, almost like he's. Go ahead, everybody, give me an intelligence check. The three of you.
I am a smart girl tonight.
Are you?
No, I'm not. That's why I said it.
Oh.
It's 5.
5, 17. Oh, the dice didn't roll over on the because it was angry. So we've got a 5 for Julia, a 17 for Demikos, and a 16 for Twyla. He's definitely a kobold. It's almost like he is a half and half, like silver and green kind of mixed together. It's a very strange kind of amalgam where you would think that based on what your understanding of what traditional kind of like kobold dragon-ish kind of lore that you remember from like hearing old stories about dragons, the chromatic ones are bad, the metallic ones are good. This guy's both. It's very weird. But either way, he's just kind of like, who are you? Do you want me to do anything about him, boss? Should I like light him on fire or something? He's like, no, man, they're chill, little dog. Don't worry about it.
I'm gonna start making my way downstairs.
So how did we get here? I'm looking at Julia going away, and I'm like walking steps, watching for Demikos and asking like, why am I here? I wanted to go to the library. What happened?
Yeah. Oh.
Finally, we agree on something.
All right, bye, dudes. What symbol did you draw at the end?
And I drew, and I make it in my hand. This.
Yeah, I see. You gotta. All right, I see what happened here. So you know where you put this line up here? It's actually got to be vertical like this.
Oh.
That brings you to the library down there. My name is, by the way, is Dave.
Smart. Hi.
Thanks, little lady. This is my home, but I think your friends are running away, so you better probably catch up to them. But good meeting you. Make sure Jeffrey doesn't like knock over anything else. He gets a little sloppy down there.
Okay. And I walk a little bit. And do you sell something, or do you? What do you do? Why do you have a magic circle here?
Oh, I'm a wizard. Obviously, can't you tell?
Yeah, you get that vibe, I think. Yeah, you do.
Yeah.
You're smart.
Yeah. I'm very I do. My magic is a little bit more of an experience than like useful, I guess is the best way you would put it.
Do you know about monsters, demons? Like hags? Things like that?
Them specifically? Hell no. Other demons? Also hell no. But if you ever end up wanting to talk about like the Fae types, I know a little bit about them. They're pretty cool, you know? They kind of like into the same kind of thing that I'm in.
The fates?
Yeah.
You know, maybe someday, but you're right, my friends.
Yeah, they're actually. I can already hear like Jeffrey's already. What the hell? Vlander's already. Or
Twyla, stranger danger.
fuck, what is his name again? I always forget it.
Okay, bye. I hope you remember soon.
I probably won't. I'm so fucking high right now. And you scurry on out. And the little kobold goes just like, all right, get out. Don't let the door hit you on the ass on the way out. he just kind of shuts
You are
it.
very rude. You know what? I want to speak to your manager.
You go ahead and yell that as Twilight kind of comes out, and you start to yell that, and as you yell it, the door on the outside of the building just kind of shimmers and dissipates. You actually now stand at the foot of a very short tower. Actually, it's kind of a weird sensation because you could have sworn that you went down at least 3 flights, but it looks like this is just like a house.
I don't understand. Wizards are weird.
You are now in the streets of Nullgrim, specifically Upper Nullgrim, in fact, which is not necessarily off-putting, but it's definitely different than what you're used to, for sure. You're used to kind of hanging around Middle Nullgrim. That's where the Tricky and Get Tavern is, and that's where Jezin and Anon are in the Hand of Justice and stuff. This area is there's a lot of kind of market owning types that are kind of walking around. You see a number of people kind of in more formal attire, kind of almost like full suits in some cases with top hats, and people that are definitely wearing status symbols trying to show off how wealthy they are, kind of walking around, which is kind of funny considering the location that you're in. It's a very mountainous town, but there's definitely a few people that are really trying to stick out and show off how cool they are. The rest of the folk here look like they're pretty comfortably well off, but they're not kind of being flashy about it. There's just kind of certain people that are being more flashier than others.
Oh, I don't like this area. Let's get out of here.
Yeah, let's go back to where we're from.
Yeah.
That guy was smart. So maybe sometime we'll need to ask him something. He showed me what I did wrong with the Teleportation Circle. Maybe he knows more. Though I wouldn't dare go alone.
Stranger danger.
So you are able to eventually make your way back to Middle Nullgrim. Where are you specifically going? Are you going to the Tricky Ingot?
So,
Turn these heads in.
yeah, I was going to turn to Demikos and Mari and Twilight, ready to go get rid of these rotten heads.
Yeah.
Yes.
I like a Kemi.
Okay. So you begin to make your way back. Jezin's, as per usual, kind of working the bar, and he's just like, "Hey, you're all back. Good.
You act surprised.
That's good. No, I heard about what was going on up north, and I got a little worried for y'all. Sounded pretty difficult and scary. But you're back, which is great.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
A small drink, just like a little one that's not very strong. That's not like the
Jasmine.
summer hole.
So
She's been clean for days. Don't give her a drink.
I want a big one. And I just sit next to Julia.
wow. Okay, little. Okay, Twilight. All right. I'll be more than happy to get you something very nice.
Why?
Shouldn't I? I should do.
Enjoy yourself.
That's what I mean.
I just want a small little drink, Demikos.
No. You're not getting back on the wagon.
You don't like my food. Are you sure that's gonna be good for you?
You're making me like I'm some sort of addict.
No, I mean,
Come on.
Seen how you've acted when you drink.
You've gotten better from the last time you were here, but I know what you've done before. I've been witness to it plenty of times.
Since it's some sort of intervention, I got rid of liquor. I just want a drink.
I don't have a problem with it. I'm just letting you know you actually have a problem. You can drink as much as you want. I don't care. You pay for it anyway. I don't give a damn. You can go ahead and drink as much as you want. I'm just letting you know you actually fit the bill of somebody who has a problem.
And this is coming from a bartender.
Chizin,
But again,
how could you say that to me?
well, we're friends. I figured I could speak my mind. Or am I incorrect?
Of course we're friends, but how could you tell me I have a problem? I've never shown that I had a problem.
No, never.
Not one time.
Not the
She hasn't
10
given us
times
some
you
milk.
passed out here? Here, I'll. All right. So
Is that why you guys keep pillows behind the bar now?
And he goes ahead and he reaches underneath and like he's like, "Oh, I'm gonna get you some of the good stuff. Don't worry about it, Juliet." And he kind of just like,
I don't want any.
and he
just
pours like
leaving.
a small shot of this like clear liquid, and puts it up on the table. And then for you, Twilight, he kind of like
No,
goes
no,
and reaches.
I don't want anything. I'm feeling bad because Juliet can't drink. I'm going. I'm not gonna be that bad friend. No.
I'm licking it like a cat. Like, is that any good? What is it?
Tastes fine. It tastes like, not much of anything.
Does it taste like water?
Yeah.
I have heads to go sell. Damn it! I can't have a single.
Not the first time I've heard you say that. Go on right ahead.
What is this world when a woman can't have a single drink?
I didn't say you couldn't.
I'm a Demikos, I'm a grown ass woman. Just saying.
Yeah, but you've been better since you stopped drinking.
Have I though? Have I really?
Yeah, just stick to drinking that blood.
You don't pass out down here as much.
You drank.
Probably
3
not throwing up as much either.
Yeah, I don't have to clean up as many times as I normally do. And you hear his voice kind of like just trail off as you continue to walk down the kind of like corridor here to the Hand of Justice. You see here, not much has changed since the last time you've been here. You did pick up kind of a few different things. Akumi, the half-orc with the 2 tusks and like the kind of like side cut with the ponytail and the tattoos, and it's just kind of like, we all back, I see. What do you got for me?
A lot of heads.
That's what I like to hear. Let's see. Well, lay it out so I can see it.
How does a bag of holding work? Can I just dump it out?
I mean, you can. I mean, there's more than just the heads in the bag of holding.
Ignore the dress.
Prepare for the smell.
Whoa! My goodness. Yeah, that's a lot. Yeah. So I'm gonna count. So how many heads and how many claws do you have, slads wise?
That would be morons. Statistical noted limitations.
Of course it is. That's a problem. Actually, I think, Ashley, you have control over that still, although he might have it somewhere else.
I think he writes that down. Hold on.
Yeah, he does, because it's not here.
Let's
That's
That's
see.
why
why
we
I
had
accidentally
4.
posted that.
6. We had 6 heads.
I think we did. I think we had 6 heads, and then we took the toes off of each one of those, and they had 2 toes, right?
Yeah, 2 claws, so that would be, so 6.
12.
That sounds about right, so I'm going to call it good there.
Because it was a 2.
Although if we're short, we'll give you more money, and if we're not,
Just take it away.
we'll say there's 6.
Chimera.
I'm getting there. All right, and then the Chimera was another.
I'm gonna walk up to Kumi, and I'm like, Demikos took down this Chimera basically by himself.
He's
Do I hear you say that?
I mean, yeah, I say I'm right in front of me.
Did he now?
Basically.
Basically took it down by himself.
Really?
Want to add a little extra on top for this big guy?
I mean, I appreciate y'all being so forward. However, here's your gold, and she kind of starts piling it up, and tell you what, Demikos, meet me out back at night this evening.
Okay.
Oh, Oh.
Anything else?
Yeah.
Come on, Twyla. Oh, you got stuff, okay.
Did you know that the woman who asked for help with the slats was
Yes.
the one responsible for them?
What do you mean?
Well, apparently, she played us all. She wanted us to go there. Thankfully, with our friend's help, everything was okay. But I just wanted to let you know that apparently there's some odd things happening. So be careful.
Okay. I mean, I'll do my best.
I know.
Well, I suppose they ain't gonna pick up the rest of the gold they had that they left here, so I guess we'll put that back into the to the back funds here, so that we can make sure we continue to supply all you all with good equipment and potions and stuff like that. So that's not a problem.
She was really dangerous. I'm not sure if she came here herself, so just try to take care.
Oh, okay. I'll be on the lookout for that. Absolutely. Don't you worry about yourself, Twyla. I can handle myself.
Bet you can.
Yes. And I just look at them like on her and
I do say that in character. I bet you can.
see. So we don't have any more people who need help because just asking.
Oh, right now, as far as other contracts right now, it's slowed down a little bit. No, there hasn't been a whole lot going on right now, as far as what I've been, but if I get word of any other creatures or anything like that you that fit the bill for your party's talents, I'll definitely I'll have Jezen send word.
Thank you. And I do this like for Juliet. If there is no news, that means he does a job well done. They are regrouping.
You're right. You're right. All right. Bye, Kumi. We'll see you soon. You keep being you.
Absolutely. Take care, you three. Oh, and I'll see you later tonight, Demikos.
What was that all about, Juliet?
I don't know, but I think she has the hots for Demokos. Can we turn invisible and watch?
We can.
Ooh. Okay.
Do we really want to?
You're right, that's weird, isn't it? I guess not. We'll talk about it. Let's go.
Anyway, so you all leave the Hand of Justice and make your way back out into the kind of grand bar area here at the Tricky and Get Tavern. It's at this point you see Jezen talking to a couple of members of the Crimson Regiment. No one you recognize, but you can see he's talking to a couple. There's a female with like brunette, like auburn hair, and then also a darker skinned man with kind of like he's got kind of like longer-ish hair that kind of flows, and it's kind of black hair that kind of comes down to the shoulder as well. And you see like Jezen kind of looks as you all come out and goes, these two say they have a message for you all. Best I leave you all to it, I suppose. And he kind of like closes up a little bit of some of the stuff he has, and he kind of like ushers some of the patrons out, and kind of like locks the door, and then makes his way back into the back area where you just came from. Kind of hastily, I wouldn't say hastily, but kind of cautiously. It's not common for the regiment to kind of demand like a audience or a private audience in this bar, because there usually isn't people that come in here that would demand an audience. But you see he kind of like closes up and then leaves you all to kind of be private, and you hear the door in the back where Kumi is just kind of latch, and the two of them look at each other and go, there's no easy way to say this, but the Duke demands your presence right now. All of you, the four of you, immediately. We're here to escort you, not as a matter of, you aren't, well, I would say you're not in danger, but I'm not sure. We're more here to protect you on the way there. There is a number of different... It's hard to explain. I think he can do it better himself.
Then let's go.
Aye. And they both kind of... Okay. They both navigate you through the city, eventually to the foot of Castle Offshell, the grand castle that the dukedom is known for. You all pass through. You end up in this wide grand hall like you're used to, with the giant columns to the side, as well as kind of like these very rough kind of like wooden chairs that are kind of, with one central one kind of being a bigger one. And you do see Duke Dotrin Went, Shirley's father, sitting up at the in this kind of like, I guess you could call it a throne, but it's not like really enough. It's just head of the house kind of seat, basically. To his left, you see his wife, the Duchess Celia, as well as their four children kind of all spread out. To his right, you actually see an empty chair.
I look at Demokos and Mori, kind of just like, what is this about?
No idea.
I curtsy. My lord.
You must have done something with your hair, but that's nothing important right now. I call you here.
Is Shirley okay?
We don't know. The last contact we had with him was only a few nights ago. Was actually a week ago. Tired. Normally he's been giving us updates on his general reconnaissance that he's been conducting over in Dreadmire. If you do recall, he did go and escort the Duragar that you all happened to liberate back to their home, or their presumed home at the tomb. After which he set out on a mission with a couple of his trusted advisors, and had been feeding us some information, including the change of heart of this one. That word spread fairly quickly after its occurrence. However, he hasn't given us correspondence in over a week now, and that is out of his character. We've attempted to reach out to some of the Duragar that escorted him. They have also not responded. We fear it would appear my son has been found out.
When do we leave?
Post haste. And that's where we're going to leave tonight's session. So, thank you all. I know we're ending a little early tonight, but it's kind of set itself up that way. You guys also, by the way, got 53,000 gold, so figure out how to disperse that amongst the four of you. But we will be back with this campaign in a few weeks. We're gonna be summer's weird, so we'll have a number of different one shots that will occur in this world, maybe in a different plane of existence as a part of this universe and this entire kind of construct that we have going here. So stay tuned to all of our social medias for that, as we kind of summer is crazy for everyone, so especially where vacations and all that kind of cool stuff, which is great because everybody deserves some time. So we will let you know what that schedule is as we kind of continue to develop it. We will be off next week, but do expect to have a one shot for you all the following week. So hope you enjoyed tonight's session. I know it's a little short, but we have an interesting development in our character's stories. So have a good evening. Take care of yourself and happy gaming. Have a good night, everyone.
Good night.
Yeah.